As of yet, the 1st of November 2022 at 7:30 p.m. Um, I have not watched this morning's video. I haven't actually had time. It's kind of like being, well, I was going to say it's kind of like being go, go, go since I got up, but I definitely remember messaging Graham at some point in the afternoon going, I know I've been sitting at my desk for a number of hours, but I'm not totally sure what I've been doing. But overall, it's been an interesting day, a good day. I had a fantastic conversation with the crisis lady at my uni. She is truly awesome, and once again it's like I've met someone who I instantly click with, and who could, and I actually think would like be someone I'd be able to be friends with just based on the interactions we've had. And it's like meet in these sorts of ways. But anyway, today's session went really good. As we know, me and technology, I've been trying my best, but it's not coming to ball. Yeah, like I think technology just has a grudge, and it's time for me to accept that. And that might sound like I'm mad if I say that, and I'm literally thinking that a technical fucking machine has an actual vendetta against me, but it's more like, without fail, I can never find the link to this particular person's meetings. It's like, where the fuck is it? Like, it's on my phone, but I have no idea how to get it from my, like, there to my computer, and I've got, like, all of my calendars listed. And it's interesting, I say that because I was just thinking about that. I was like, I wonder if that, like, so far I'm okay. You know, it's not too often that I fuck up and send something from the wrong one. But I was sending myself something, and the thought went through my mind, like, Graham doesn't have any emails on his phone, any, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around that because it's like, I guess maybe it's because he lives at his computer. I don't know. But anyway, so how did it go today? I don't remember what I said this morning. So I'm guessing I would have given you an update on the fact that I woke up at 6:30. Was like, oh, I'm actually fairly awake based on the fact that I tried to go to bed last night at 8:30, or not tried, did go to bed at 8:30 last night until, like, I don't know, sometimes like these sexual fantasies will overcome me to the point where there's like no option. Like, I'm a given, I'm awake, I'm getting off, yeah? Obviously though, and again, this is just a quick recap if you haven't seen this morning's one, because of the intensity of pain that I live in, even though I appear to be an extremely lucky woman when it comes to having an orgasm, because I've been told plenty of time that apparently only like 1 in 3 can through actual sex, and I don't know, I just know that I'm lucky, yeah? Except for how much pain I'm in, so I can never really last long. So, yeah, this is me and me. It's all good, right? But anyway, I woke at 6:30, and I remember thinking, like, am I actually awake? And I know if I went to bed at a decent time, I would absolutely be that person. Like, my mum made us get a job. I was 12 when I first had to get a job. First job I had was like delivering the newspaper. Like, fucking shouldn't be even legal o'clock in the morning. Like, fucking getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to ride down to the newspaper place and then fucking load these humongous fucking, I can see it on my mind's eyes, like these bags on either side of the push bike, like carrying hundreds of fucking newspapers rolled up. And like, we lived in Timaru, yeah, so like Australia is so flat compared to New Zealand. It is amazing, right? Because everywhere I go, it's relatively flat, right? And I don't know, man, like, fucking, I think that might be the lady from down the street. Yep, she's waving at me. Like, what am I trying to say? Oh my god, like, I wasn't given a choice. If we weren't up by like 6:30 or 7 or something, like, we were being screamed at. Yeah. So I actually am. I'm going to pause you and come back. So firstly, I want to say I'm glad that I double checked, because I had the mouse thing paused, like on the pause button, but it didn't turn into a play button and then the big red one underneath. And for some reason I second guessed whether the red one underneath was like the record button. Thankfully I checked, like the little name popped up. So I vaguely remember that I was quickly recapping this morning's video, which was also recapping last night, because I woke at 6:30. That's right, I was telling the story about being a paper run girl. I am trying to find the notes where I keep all of the alias names for everyone that I talk about, because as we all know, well, if you're new, you may not know, but if you are, my name is Olivia. This is true. I did originally start with using the name my niece and nephew call me, which is Libby. But I quickly realised that that wasn't really going to work, because I need to be me, and considering I have a website and a YouTube channel dedicated to storytelling, and storytelling in the sense of I'm the main character of my movie, as you are all the main characters of yours. Everybody in my life are secondary characters. This is not because of being rude or not having an emotion. Believe you me, I probably have more emotions than most people you meet. And I film them all and put them online for you to all see. So, found them. Blogs, names for people. Where am I at? Right, Brooklyn. So, I've control. I'm like, that is not the name I thought we had selected, but the name I was thinking of is my friend from uni who lives interstate. Anyway, excuse me. The reason I wanted to make the video in the first place was because I was sitting outside smoking my joint, which I am about to relight. Excuse me. Thinking about in so much pain, the thought went through my head, fuck, I'm so sore, like I need a massage, and that cracked me up because I'd just gotten home from a massage with my masseuse. Excuse me. For those of you who may be new, I found my masseuse, or she found me, truthfully, in a sense. So I made an appointment to see, at one of those massage places in the plazas. And my 3D human self is all sorts of fucked up. Yeah, it's broken on so many different levels that I now just choose to see it as the more bullshit I deal with and live with, the more I experience, the more knowledge I gain, and the more understanding I obviously get. Excuse me, and therefore the more people I can relate to. So, I ended up booking a massage late. Like I said, I talked to my crisis lady today, and I think she's awesome, and I think we could be friends if it wasn't for the fact that she's the case manager on whatever it is. Yeah, my computer's got half battery because I'm using the laptop charger to charge my vibrator. And on a side note, right, when I first turned it on, yeah, This is where it gets confusing. So I know it died 1000% on me last night, alright? Because I had to grab the one before it, you know. So as we know, Liv loves sex toys. Liv loves basically everything sex, in all fairness. It's just that I've been having sex only with myself now for quite some time. And tantra sex with my higher self, other higher self. But that's a whole different thing and not something I'm getting into right now. Yeah? But my point is, this died. 100% dead flat last night. It's not dead anymore. Yeah? So the charger is working. Though, technical things and me were not friends, as I was saying earlier. And when I first put it on this afternoon, the bright blue light came on, yeah? Right, there's no bright blue light. Thankfully, the red light's not on, which is good. But even when I plug it in, right, and there's, look at the gap, yeah, people? Now, when I went to Officeworks to buy the charger, I took the vibrator with me. And I actually, yeah, I did. I am that person. I mean, it's clean. Obviously, I keep my shit clean, that's a given. I mean, there's dog fur on literally everything in my house. So, I mean, sometimes there's dog fur on it, but I'm so used to it. It's just my normal. But yeah, no, like, I have no idea if people think that's strange or not. I imagine some probably might. But like, I've tried fucking everything, and I've bought chargers from multiple different places since it died the first time, and I couldn't fucking figure out where the original charger was, or if it was just my mind that was falling apart and I had the charger and I was just losing it. I do often question that. But like I've said, not any blue lights per se, but I figure it's doing something. Even though the red light comes on when I turn it on, which to me would symbol it's not fully charged. But anyway, I haven't looked at the power thing in a little bit, but oh well, it's working. Excuse me. Anyway, what's her name? Right, Brooklyn, was walking past. Oh, poor boss. Poor bossy boo. I have not walked. No, I took him to the dog park yesterday. True, I did. I definitely remember thinking I would walk him today, but such is life. I got up at 8:30. I tried to convince myself to get in the shower. Instead, I realized I needed to talk to all of you and myself, because even though I may not remember as I'm going, and I sometimes forget to finish the stories that I start, and I do tell multiple stories at once, I'm aware of this. It's because most of my stories, or how I tell stories, to me, you can't understand what someone's saying truly unless you have as many possible details as you can. And it's like watching a movie or a TV sitcom or reading a novel, you know, by a really good, well-written author. Like, you need to be able to visualize it to understand, because it doesn't matter how I say any of what I say, no one's fully going to be able to grasp anything that comes from me. And it's the same with me to you and the next person. But yeah, I'd much rather tell a longer, more detailed, makes more sense when it all comes together, like be able to picture it in your mind story, than, I don't know, just the bare basic superficial shit. Probably why I'm not great at being concise. I'm aware of this. I totally spaced on the fact that it's a public holiday here in Melbourne, because because uni was working and I ended up speaking to several departments at uni, I was really confused as to why I hadn't heard back from my psychologists, like reception people, because it was pretty evidently clear that I needed that Thursday appointment, yeah, because I haven't watched the recording. It's the first one I've recorded that I've uploaded that I haven't watched basically immediately or first thing the following morning. Usually I'm super excited to watch my therapy sessions. Graham finds it interesting, like we were having an actual conversation about this yesterday, and he was like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to tell it wrong, right? Okay, but the gist of it was like how I don't know how people, you could have people watch, your therapy sessions, and I was like, what do you mean? Like I said, I love watching my therapy sessions. I said, when I'm in my therapy sessions, it's not usually until afterwards I'm like, okay, I needed to mention this. I got lost here in this part. I still don't have any, like, fucking idea how to fix such and such. Like, there are still X, Y, and Z that I need to work on. And the only ways I can do that I've now fully realized, is by watching my fucking therapy sessions back. And I mean, oh, now, just in case anyone is wondering, I am actually wearing my hoodie for uni, and I had this internal conversation before picking up my camera, because originally I'd planned on making a short video. And I say this because, again, another internal conversation with myself when I went to make the original short video was, Liv, you suck at short videos. And at that point, when I started this video outside, right, I was no cushion that I was sitting on, in a fuckload of pain, needed to pee, and it was, I remember thinking, bladder training combined with stubbornness, combined with, this will at least help me keep the video from going on and on and on while I get more and more stoned here. I haven't even lit the fucking thing since I pulled it out. So I am very aware that the camera angle is not the greatest today, but you can all appreciate my awesome artwork. And no, not my artwork in the sense that I drew it, because I did not. But I'm happy to let anyone know who the actual, the artist is. If you're interested, just message me or comment. And yeah, so Crisis Lady's cool. She knows about this, because I actually asked her, I was like, did you actually manage to have a look for it, or did you want to? And she's like, I found it. She's like, it's bookmarked on my phone. She's like, I'm not looking at it through work's computer. And I've realized, because I keep going on about this whole, it needs to be a secret, and in all fairness, I think to me, that is not really how I felt when I started this, yeah? That's mostly other people's opinions. That's fuck with my head, right? Because I believe, when I'm at my true self, that the right people will see it at the right time, as is needed. Because fucking did my head in over my storytelling job finding out, and last I checked, my immediate team who know about it, only 2 people have even opened it, and I think those 2 people have watched one very short video. Well, this one person said she watched one, like she watched one that went for 13 minutes, and I basically just talked nonstop, which is what I'm doing right now, let's face it. Um, but they couldn't care less. Like, people don't care. Like, like, I realized that. Like, I've lost a number of subscribers. Um, I mean, maybe because lately university has been doing my fucking head in, combined with my friend in 3D who I could actually visit, uh, just dying. Um, I can see why I've potentially just look like this, like, self-pitying loser. But I'm really not. I've just been looking at absolutely everything the complete opposite fucking way I actually believe in. And I fully realize that. I think I wrote it in a blog because I remember using the term I'm not aligned. I've got Gandhi's fucking 10 ways of changing the world, 10 rules for changing the world. Gandhi's 10 whatever. They're all on the wall inside my meditation room. And one of them is what you think, what you believe, and how you act. So everything needs to be aligned, yeah? And I'm not aligned with myself when I come from any point of fear, yeah? Like, I know I've got my degree in the bag. Like, I've honestly never ever since starting university in 2017, where I was only off ice for like 6 months, I think, at this fucking point. No, wait, 6 months when I applied, 9 months when I started. Hold on, I'm gonna check on my fucking vibrator because it doesn't fit properly. I'm gonna make sure it doesn't like slide out. We're all good people. I am in so much pain, my Chinese lady, I don't know how that comes across, but I fucking love her. Even needing to use the Chinese English translator for absolutely everything, she's so good. Although I did ask at the beginning for her to finish me off with 10 minutes relaxation, she was like, yeah, and I used the actual translator and everything to ask. Yeah, I don't know if that woman actually knows what relaxation means truly, because I definitely didn't consider any of what she did, any part of it. Anyway, I also talked to, that's right, I have been pushing a lot of things that I need to do, like down the to-do list, and the to-do list is technically in my head, right? Like I write notes here and there to myself, but when I mention like a to-do list, it's the one inside my mind. Excuse me, and a couple of those things are, so I decided to purchase the premium Grammarly like service package thing. Oh my god, the neighbor and the fucking annoying loud bike. And for anyone who's never seen me before or knows anything about me, I happen to love motorbikes, and I actually own 2 of them. My road bike is currently registered, and I've changed it 6 months. I just paid 6 months rego on my road bike, which was in my shed. My dirt bike is at my sister's house for my niece, and even though I say I technically own the both of them, I don't think I'm even getting the dirt bike back. So that's cool. At least maybe when my niece grows out of it and they get her a bigger one, they can put mine to the side whenever I can come and get it. But anyway, moving along, Yes, right. I decided that I should probably go and look through all the stuff that the like disability service people, like there's so many different departments in universities that I swear the majority of students don't know exist. Like I had no flippin' idea about most of what I now have in place during my first year at uni. Like, and I did my first year at uni full time, like 4 units a week. 4 units a trimester. So I finished the first 8 units in 2017, which is when I fully realised that me and journalism could never ever ever be a thing, because journalism basically goes against a fucking load of what I believe in, truthfully, like what you have to do to get a story. Um, though I only did those 2 units because everything has been about my getting to the stage to be a public speaker. That's what started this whole journey. And anyway, well, where am I at now? Fucking 2022. It is Tuesday night. Fuck, I'm fairly positive it's Tuesday night. Yep. And I have so much to say, but my mind is just at the moment. I feel like that's not out truthfully. Frankie, the character on Will and Grace. No, that's not right. Frankie on Grace and Frankie, or Frank. Okay, my brain really has decided to fall out in this moment. All no more mental. Well, I figured this shit out, eh? Okay, what am I trying to say? Right, I was bitching about the neighbour's bike. Don't hate bikes. Just fucking the annoying neighbour next door. That's all. Grace and Frankie. Yeah, Frankie from Grace and Frankie. I imagine I will be a lot like her when I'm that age. Anyway, after I'd spoken to my lovely crisis lady, she's cool, I checked out these things, right? So uni had said that they will provide I keep getting the fucking word subscription and prescription mixed up in my head and out loud. So if I do that, it's been happening for like the whole day. But yeah, so they offered to pay for Grammarly, but I just signed up in April, so I have to make sure I cancel the membership because they will pay for it moving forward. But they had also sent me this link to this app that does note taking. Considering it's just a note taking app, I don't see the harm in sharing it. It's Glean, right? Never heard of it before, but anyway, I was sent an email during the time I'd spoken to them. Fun fact, I'm holding my vibrator at the charger like this. I did this table between my legs. Just thought I would share that for fun. Anyway, so I'm already paid up. So I got to cancel it and then set a reminder to remind them, and then they'll pay for it going forward. But this note-taking app thing, I obviously received the message, the email about, and didn't even open it. And then however long later, I got another email about it saying, you need to action this, like, because, like, I'm being granted, like, license, like, this is all sort of like, yeah, full on, paid for premium stuff that unis provide to students in need. Now, don't go quoting me on everything, please, anyone, anywhere, because I don't know what all unis are like, but I'm willing to bet every uni has like different departments that help students in different ways that most students don't know about. Just in case you happen to be a uni student watching me, I recommend you check out every single thing that your university has to offer. Anyway, and I went to try and do it this afternoon, and it was like, this invitation has expired. And I was like, yep, that doesn't surprise me. And I emailed the original woman I'd spoken to who'd sent it to me, and then I resent it because they gave this like special email to contact if you need a new invite for, whatever. Anyway, me and her were talking. She replied, and she was like, yeah, like sent it all through. Oh, now I have to learn how to use it, and apparently there's this fucking like recorded Zoom meeting, because there's like live Zoom ones, and they've got like, here in Australia, I know it's like Eastern Standard Time, like, oh my, okay, me, this is where I'm at these days, yeah. It had the times of these live Zoom meetings, but I have no fucking idea what even country or time zone they were in. And I was like, no, thank you. But straight underneath this, there was like, there is a recorded version. And I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I still have no fucking idea. So it says, take a guided tour. And I'm like, yes, please. And I start, and something pops up, and I read it. I'm like, yep, cool. And at the bottom, there's this like little 1/11. So I'm thinking, okay, there's 11, tips or advice or whatever the fuck along this guided tour, yeah? So I click on it, and it takes me to this other one, and it says 2/11. It doesn't tell me what to do. And the only option it gives me is something like create. And I'm like, okay, so they're going to show me how, yeah? And then I do that, and then it's like nothing. And I think I've tried like 3 times, and I'm just like, there's a PowerPoint slide that I'm going to print out, but due to how pretty and colourful it is, I'm going to wait until I'm actually on campus at some point, and I'm actually literally just going to go there, I think, at like on one day that my crisis lady's on campus, so we can have coffee together and meet in person, and I can just study in the library and print all the stuff I want out. Fuck, man, I swear I hurt more now than before. Sure, it will be worth it. I have messages, people. Oh, hey, it's the tennis people. Awesome. Okay, so, oh, okay, so the tennis man's gotten back to me saying Thursday sounds good for having a hit for the tennis. I finally, oh, that's right. I don't know if I've started the story. I definitely have in my head, but I was really confused about my last psychology session, in which is why I haven't watched it, because I had this really weird vibe, feeling, whatever, since speaking to Ned on the phone yesterday, because I don't know. One side of me thinks I'm this absolute horrible fucking bitch who deserves like only the worst, and tries to drag me down this fucking, I don't even want to talk about it, because even remotely going near the darkness that is, it's too much for me, and I'm in an actually really good place right now. So I'm going to focus on the good. And the good things are, I was able to get the new thing for this app, yeah? I have zero idea how to use it, which is fine, because I do believe there will be places I can figure it out, like YouTube, or, I'm speaking to the woman tomorrow, and I'll just ask her, like, is there someone I can contact to get the recorded thing sent to me, like directly, for example? Like, whatever this thing is, it looks fancy and expensive, but it's not going to do me any good if I have zero idea how to use it. Thankfully, we're at 35 minutes and 22 seconds. Oh my God, woman, where are you at? Right. Note taker and I are still working together. She is truly a gift from God, source, universe, all the gods, the energies, the higher powers, us, you, me, all of it, yeah? Because oh wait, you're making me get all confused. So, crisis lady, yes, helped me a lot. Want to go to campus to meet her and print some stuff out and study. Then I have this app thing that I don't know how to use, but I was speaking to the woman and I explained to her about how obviously I had to say to her, look, it's been however long since, it's the 1st of November, like, fucking hell, I don't know when it was sent to me to begin with, hey, if I'm honest, like, this is how behind I am in my own fucking life, eh? In my own life, I don't know who else's life it would be. Yeah, August, I thought so. 23rd of August. January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Fuck me. Yeah, alright. Wow, there you go. So I wrote her an email saying, I've been basically the entire time in a state of overwhelm and stress, hence I haven't looked at anything. And then I explained to her that due to circumstances, I had to get documentation for extended, special consideration for my assignment. And I said to her, excuse me, I said, boy, he's loud. I asked her if I could have it added to my information for my lab plan, right? I've had one of these in plan for so long and I could never quite fucking remember what the hell it means. Anyway. No, it's like a learning access plan. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Okay, and I asked for it to be added. Yeah, I was like, it covers the majority of it. I was like, it is obviously based on the my doctor is amazing, and she's the one I go to for obviously the majority of it. Yeah. But at the same time, I did work out today. I have 7 different specialists. Only 6 that I really need to actually have any contact with, because the 7th is the one that sort of got me to these other people. Anyway, yeah, so she was like, you can send it to me if you want, and then maybe we can have a chat about what you want people, which, this is where I think shit starts to break down, in my personal opinion, yeah? So she was like, you can let me know who you grant access to have what part of what information visible and confidential and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, honestly, I'm like, the less people I have to tell and the more people, i.e. everybody, in my opinion, that knows what I'm dealing with, the better. I said, I don't want any part of anything to do with me, like, confidential between one part of the staff to the other. I mean, in my mind, that makes literally 0 sense on every level. Like, every level. I have no reason whatsoever to not want one part of someone to not want to know someone. I tell all of you everything, so, like, clearly I want everybody at uni to know what I'm coping with. Like, I let, what did we say her name was? Gabriella. I sent her the letter, and I was laughing. I was like, you should have seen Graham's reaction. And she's like, why? And I was like, just look at it. Yeah. And yes, I know I've said I'm going to upload the pictures, and I absolutely will. Hold on. My notepad is here. I shall write it down. Yes. I also need to finish my groceries because, well, groceries as in like staples, as in like dog food, basically. I'm not buying any food besides bread because I want to eat all the food in my house and then get meals that are already made delivered to me because I don't want to have to think at all when it comes to that shit anymore. That's right, I was saying Graham thinks I need to come up with ways to reduce as much stress as absolutely possible, and that's the number one way we're gonna do it. Right, hold on, people. We got calls, finish, because I'll pick up after that. Now, there's something I needed to add to my something, wasn't it? Let me think. What were we talking about, everyone? So, bring it back. Where were we at? One thing I do know I need to look up is stemming, because I have a feeling that interesting. That might be what I'm doing with the non-stop noises and stuff that I make. Like, I'm not usually very often quiet when I'm by myself, and I even do it when I'm at people's house because I'm just so used to making noises. Anyway, there was something I needed to write down. I know, we were talking about it. Maybe it's tennis. The messages have popped up. Alright, I'll write the tennis down, which was Thursday. Thankfully, my therapist, right. Alright, we'll figure it out. So, where are we at? Yes, and I asked for them to add it to it all because I know people don't understand, and they definitely don't understand why that I share the way that I do, but like I've been saying, it's not about subscribers, it's not about having hundreds of thousands of followers or making money or any of that. It's just about, let's face it, all in all, this channel is about keeping me sane. Yeah, it's about keeping me from letting the darkness win. Yeah, because it's come so close. Yeah, and why is he talking? And I just know I'm not the fucking only one. Like, oh, hold on, babes. So, I'm back, right? I realised Liv was not using her head. I could not get comfortable to save myself, and I was in so much fucking pain, which was so ridiculous because it was making it worse when I knew I should have just taken the fucking jumper before I even turned the camera on. Oh. It's fucking cold today, which is like pleasant, but just you know, it's been hot and muggy and ugh, lately. So I'm now at 45 minutes and 14 seconds. So I'm gonna sum the rest of everything up because it's just hit 9 p.m. Hold on, people, though. Let me find the actual chart. And I honestly truly don't know if I've actually managed to fully finish what I've been talking about, though I do think most of what I've been talking about is my day, trivially. But yes, so everything went well with uni, like really well. No idea at all how to use this app, none whatsoever. But I've got between now and Monday to figure it out. And I can, that's, yeah, plenty of time. One thing at a time. One thing at a time, people. I've got to buy my dog food. That's like at the top of the list, yeah? So I have plenty of food at my house for me. I took vegan mince out of the freezer last night with the intention of cooking something today, and the somethings were like bolognese pasta but like homemade sauce, or the vegan version of Indian mince curry with peas, both of which are delicious. Neither of which were made, but one of the two will be tomorrow, depending on which one I feel like. What did happen? And then I spoke to, so I met this man, the judge at the Toastmasters last Thursday. So I don't, like, I got more of a rundown today on the whole, you know, local clubs and different sort of areas and whatnot. But, what am I doing? I think I'm getting into my bed because my dog got in and I can't sit on top of the duvet when he's literally in the bed because there's no fighting boss. He's just, his name suits him, yeah? But I'm wearing too many somethings for that. And not that it's, yeah, it's cold enough that I've just turned my heater for my bedroom on. But, ergo, where am I at? Right. Sum shit up and figure out your words, woman. Right, yes, Toastmasters, loved it. First time I attended last week was a contest. And I've been told by many people at this rate, very, very, very different to how a regular meeting goes. But I happen to, hold up there, people. We're getting somewhere, Whoa. Alright. Let's see, I don't want to put this on me because it's, yeah, that's a bit better. Getting comfortable is one of the fucking hardest things to do in the world when you live with chronic pain. And then, if you're in my situation, I would love to know what the statistics of this, but if it is, add really fucking chronic bladder issues to the pain issues. So you go, however fucking long it takes to get comfortable, and then as soon as you are comfortable, your bladder starts talking to you. And it's like, get up, and it's like, you fucking can't. Alright, so, anyway, she's calling me tomorrow to discuss this whole, this is the lady who I sent the medical research details to. She's calling me tomorrow. Anyway, Toastmasters man, I sat at the corner, so the room was set up so the tables were like this, yeah? And here was the stage, right? And and I sat at one of the corners, and the like overall like head judge was on one side of me, and the other guy who I've mentioned, who I really wanted to message and see if he wanted to catch up for coffee tomorrow. Old Liv used to think messaging people after 9 PM in the evening was really rude. Now absolutely fucking everything's online and people mess each other at like every single hour of the day, and I'm not actually sure if messaging someone at like 9:06 in the evening, for example, is considered rude. Maybe I'd just like set up a message to be scheduled to be sent in the morning. Basically, he lives locally and retired, and I asked him if he'd be interested in catching up for coffee at some point. Anyway, the judge man, he mentioned the screensaver on my phone, right, which is start your morning with a smile. And yeah, we started talking with that, and we clicked obviously on a similar level. Anyway, it turns out he's a life coach, and I said to him the truth. I said, gotta be honest, I said, I've had good and bad experiences with life coaching. I said that I don't judge people on people before them, but it was like an organizational thing. But anyway, I took his details because, let's face it, it's me, and I took many people's details, and I gave him mine, and he messaged me like straight away. And it was interesting because the following day he literally messaged me in the morning asking me what I was smiling about, which I thought was funny and cool. But obviously the following morning was the day that I slept all fucking day and only woke up very minimally a few times at a time, and I managed to message him at one point being like, I'm not awake yet, dude, I'm not being rude, but I'm sleeping. But anyway, he called me today, and him combined with Crisis Lady combined with the other disabilities person, by this point I was feeling pretty good, like, you know, and I had a much better sort of take on things, and I sort of explained that to him, and I explained to him what my hang-ups are. Any of you that are following along at day 300 and I really want to say 307, but I don't totally know. Yep, 307. Oh, interesting. My 38.53-minute video from this morning is titled, It's Already a Blah Kind of Day. It's a blah kind of day already. Oh, there you go. Even I didn't realise I'd said that. I really do need to wrap shit up. But yeah, so he called me, we had a chat, and the number one thing's obviously coming up, fucking putting a schedule in place. I've got the hourly thing, 7 AM from 9 PM, Monday to Sunday. It's all there, ready to go. I've got heaps of them, so it's not like I have to, like I'm worried about running out. Plus, they get them all at uni. And yeah, today's ultimate takeaway goal. Thankfully, I actually do plan on catching up on myself. But yeah, my goal, I guess today, my takeaway is, oh, let's take a bit. Right, yeah, schedule in what I can schedule in, yeah? And I can schedule in because I've realised that I'm absolutely strong enough, confident, fucking all the things I need to be to fucking join something that I'm so fucking passionate about. And yeah, so anyway, basically the takeout, here we go, got it, right. So I've come to the realization that given I've wanted to, like, I've wanted to learn, I want to study, I want to do all of these things, yeah, and yet I'm absolutely, as the lady at uni said, the one that's calling me tomorrow, about the confidentiality and all that stuff, and I'm just going to be like, tell me what I need to sign so you can all just see it. Because there isn't anything that I've said to one of them that I'm not going to say to the other one of them or to you. You know? It was interesting because Graham started getting on about this like confidentiality thing too, and I'm like, I'm the subject. I am not breaking confidentiality on myself. But anyway, that aside, I can start scheduling things in, which is exciting, and like having a few things scheduled during the week that I absolutely know I'm going to be at, right? And then we, like, obviously there's Toastmasters, that's fortnightly. It's in the evenings on Thursdays. But as soon as I pay my, like, joining fee, yeah, sign-up fee, whatever the fuck it is, both, actually. Where's the one with the weed in it? I am immediately given access to the educational portal. Like I'm actually going to be learning about speaking. That's like an ultimate dream. Like, I talk so fucking much about absolutely everything to everyone. It makes total sense that I want my ultimate career, my ultimate life to be supported by myself through making a career and a name for myself based on the one thing I do a lot of already, which is talking. I just need to get better at it. I don't want to be someone who just talks about nothing. I have passions and beliefs and morals and values that, like, need to keep asking me about compromising myself, and if you would compromise for this and compromise for that, and like, I don't know if he just didn't understand where I was like, I do not agree with almost any of the fucking bullshit that's been drilled into us since we were kids, because it was drilled into our parents since they were kids, and their parents, and their parents, and theirs before them, because no one knew any fucking better. But it's time to wake the fuck up, man. Like, I'm absolutely not willing to compromise who I am as a person for anybody, ever. I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to evolve, I want to become a better version of me each and every day, a nicer, kinder, calmer, the beautiful, loving side of me, while I heal the broken little girl who's so afraid of everything, who jumps at the sight of anything, and honestly truly believes that going home to the universe, as in not waking up through intentional ways, is the actual answer to everything. And that little girl inside of me, she cries a lot, almost constantly, and that circle of negative, what I hear, like, it never goes away. But I don't need it to be as loud as it's been, as it has recently. And I do believe that there is within me the ability and the power and the love to heal her. How long it's going to take, I have absolutely no idea. But I am going to continue making my videos to let me be me, I guess, and hopefully stop, I guess, like I am pulling, I know I'm learning to pull back in reality. I need to, I get that. But I'm excited about learning about something I want to do. I'm passionate about doing. Like, I'm interested in my statistics units. Sure, it's not like I'm like, I hate this shit. That's not the case at all. I fucking love numbers. Um, and when I can get my head around memorizing formulas, and once I understand what it is I'm going to do, like what I need to do, I'm an intelligent person. My biggest problem in life is that I'm always behind. It's like my brain runs on slow-mo. Like, it takes so fucking long for the penny to drop sometimes. It's just unbelievable. But anyway, my day has been good. Convo with him went well. Um, and then, like I said, booked the massage, and then it was meant to be for 6:30. It got changed to 5:30, and she was like, "I've got people after you. Like, please be there on time." And I ended up being there 15 minutes before she was. But I'm gonna end the video on something that I'm surprised has taken me 1 hour, 1 minute, and 18 seconds to get to. But I checked the mail today. And there was a letter that was handwritten with the address, yeah? And the name sort of looked familiar, I guess you could say, but I was, I don't know. Anyway, I knew as soon as I saw it that it was a letter from my new landlord. It was just obvious. And I was like, okay, interesting. Like, this is all being done, like, literally through text and letters in the post, like old school, yeah? Anyway, I was like, this is either an eviction notice or like an update sort of thing, because it was in the post. It was so formal, yeah. Anyway, basically, the gist of it is, hi Olivia, I am blah blah blah, the new owner of blah blah blah. Your rent is currently paid up until the 31st of October, so yesterday. That makes sense. Oh, excuse me. I always pay my rent on the 1st. Actually, today is 5 years to the day. 5 years to the day since I moved in. And I was making daily videos back then. And I very much remember the video I made on this day 5 years ago. How funny is that? Anyway, yeah, all it said was, I'm the new owner, these are the new bank account details, this is what we want you to reference it as, and absolutely nothing's changed. Same price, same everything, just no dates, no nothing. I am absolutely beyond grateful, obviously. I replied, like I said, I got to my masseuses early, so I responded in the meantime just saying, I had received a letter, very grateful, and does he have any time of like frame whatsoever of, how long I have there, because I would like to stay there all the way through them getting their like referrals and permits and everything. And I was like, I basically want to be here until you knock the house down. I was like, I'd really like hate to see the house just sit there empty. I said, because this is my home. And he replied saying he'd let me know when his partner was home. And yeah, I've set up the payments. I've paid today. I paid this month when I got home from my massage. So yeah, I remember my mantra when I was talking to this life coach dude on the phone, because he was helping me to switch what I was saying, and I was saying to him, I was like, I'm just like you. I said, everything you're doing to me is exactly what I say to the next person. I said, but for whatever the fuck reason it is, I can't get it to work when I do it myself. But that was when I remembered my mantra, and it's the mantra that kept me from smoking ice in the early days when I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Why am I bothering? Yeah. And last night I came real close to just again questioning why am I doing this? All the payments are um, due for my sites and stuff pretty soon, and it's like, honestly, I should just close everything up and no one will even know who the fuck I ever am, yeah? But it's not going to happen because I need this site more than anything, I guess. Like, this site is for a purpose, multiple purposes, but I know I'm not alone. I know that. And I'm ecstatically grateful to the new owners, the universe, the world, the vibrations, me, everything, all involved, that I get to stay at my home. And based on the information the neighbour gave me, I would say I should be fine for a while. So I can attend my classes on Monday. My first class is on Monday at 9 a.m. My seminar is at 11, so classes for an hour, seminars for 2 hours. So I've got 3 hours of classes on Mondays, moving forward, starting on 7th. I absolutely will attend every single fucking one of them. I know where I've gone wrong. I know what to do, and I am now up in the ante in the sense of I can't fuck around anymore, you know. How, like, last trimester was bad, and there was a lot that fucking played into it, let's face it, yeah? But I know that I can do this, and I can do it without the emotional breakdowns because I'm never going to use research methods in my life. Guarantee. Absolutely guarantee it. Um, I I study because I like to learn. That's why I'm at uni. I study because I want to learn. And I'm going back to that. Like 72 for an assignment that I basically do with my eyes closed is a fucking fantastic grade. 72 that someone worked their fucking ass off for and did their absolute best and got is a fantastic fucking grade. Yeah? It's just that aside from the little child that's crying, there's the other version who's just mean and spiteful, and it's 72 is not good enough, which is retarded on every level, I promise. Yeah, and I would like that to go away because I want to focus on speaking. You know, I haven't been checking my WhatsApp lately, and I had messages from my boss, and for some reason I thought he was a member of Toastmasters, but clearly not, because he'd messaged me saying, you know, oh my god, that sounds awesome, like tell me more. And I sort of started typing out to him, and I was honest. I was like, you know, I've been thinking a lot. I said, I want to be a better communicator. I said, you know, I'm at the point where even I'm questioning, like, should you just be only putting me for, like, you know, virtual stuff? And it'll be interesting to see what he says, because, you know, but, like, I love my storytelling job. I absolutely want to stay there because, like, trimester 2 has been a nightmare for all of us. I know this. I have not been fun to watch a lot of the time. Or maybe really fun depending on what way you look at it. I don't know. But my point being, wasn't a fun time. But I think it's happened all the way it's happened to get me to this point of, seriously, this is absolutely fucking retarded. Like, I've gone from smoking ice around the clock, yeah? And that had its good and its bad stuff, to, I don't know, trying to become this, like, perfect version of me, That isn't helpful. Um, Now I just obsess about perfect grades. Again, not helpful. So with every step forward that I've had in my like evolution, I've gone backwards in my human self, and it's like I'm definitely seeing things in the bigger picture, because like I've been saying lately, I think about everything in the big picture except for me. I'm very much stuck in my head for a lot of crap. Um, but I'm feeling good. Whatever grade I get overall on Friday when they're released is a good, great grade, because I know I've given it my all. And yeah, I've spent so much time fucking around and rewriting, but believe you me, nobody does that on purpose, okay? Um, but I start classes again on Monday. I am actually excited to write in on my schedule my 2 classes. I'm going to try and organise for a time, moving forward, to see if we can set in some like regular time for tennis. Every other Thursday, obviously, Toastmasters. But I've also got to sit and start assignments immediately, like the way you're supposed to, and actually do this right while starting my um, like public speaking training, though that definitely is go at your own pace. So yeah, I'm not gonna make it all fucking overwhelm me, because at least the number one thing that I have had hanging over me, and I can now officially be like taken out. I think, depending on, I guess, what they say with the how long and stuff. Um, I feel secure based on the letter that I received and the brief communication via text this evening. I feel like I'm good. I feel like I will be here when I graduate my degree, and I'm fucking really happy about that. And that's one of the biggest reliefs ever. Also, the fact that they haven't even remotely changed my rent, even better. Um, I mean, it would be weird considering the house is falling down around me and I pay for all the maintenance. But on the other hand, still very grateful. And yeah, I am very interested to watch these 2 videos back, truthfully, especially considering what I titled the first one. But that's me for now, because I've been talking for an hour with 13 minutes and 14 seconds, and it's 9:28 in the evening, and I just want to lie down and watch the last 1.5. I'm almost positive there's 1.5 episodes of Manifest left. And it's Tuesday night, and the next part comes out on Friday. But yeah. Anyway, that's me for now. Whenever I watch this, I will update whatever I haven't potentially finished. Good night, everyone. Happy November.